say thank you for tuning in to Kross TV. You know, it's Kross, you know what I'm saying? You know, all that. I'm not even going to do that even though I just did, because we got something special going on today. As you see, I got a real important guest, somebody in the building right now, you know, whatever, you know, yo, hold up, bro. That's where we went wrong already. How I am the motherfucking guest. This is my show. Both our show. This is my show. I'm you the guest if anything, whatever. How you mean, like, you know, this is where we going wrong? How we gonna start off an interview and you sit here coming to my house talking about, you know, I'm the motherfucking guest and you the star of the show. Like, you know what I'm saying? Mel Kross. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, but on a whole nother level, man, you know, as y'all see, this is Mel Kross, definitely in the building. I just wanted to basically, man, you know, give y'all something different, you know what I'm saying? Because I appreciate and value everybody's time, you know, plus, you know, I always pride myself on being different, being innovative, you know what I'm saying? So I definitely wanted to give y'all something more entertaining, something a little different, you know what I'm saying? I hope y'all like this, you know what I'm saying? That's right. That's right. I will be making a follow-up video explaining everything, but this right here is going to be called Gemini. Start my own like podcast, you know, start myself called Gemini, you know, and we going to get it. Thank you for your support, man. I love y'all. Gemini. Back. Salute. One. You know, we're going to explain all that at another time. We're going to do a whole nother segment and an interview about that on a whole nother time. You know, but with that being said, man, for right now, we're just gonna get into this content, right? You with it? We're gonna get into this content, right? So, lately, you know, streets been on fire. There's been a lot going on in the YouTube world, a lot going on in social media. You know, a lot of people I bumped into was like, damn, Mel, you know, I wish you would get into some type of interview or do something, whatever the case may be. Because the simple fact is that, yo, man, you know, man, I know you got a lot to spill, you got a lot to do on that, you got a lot of history, he got a lot of history to talk about that, you know what I'm saying? I know he gonna put some perspective on it. I heard a lot of other people touching on it, you know what I mean? But I want to hear from Mel's perspective. So, Kross, us sitting down right here, you know what I'm saying, chopping up this interview. This is your first interview in I don't know how many years, you know what I'm saying? That's neither here nor there because we're here today. You know what I mean? And how do you feel about that? How you call it again? I think it's drop your flag challenge. Yeah, drop your flag challenge. Somebody started the drop your flag challenge. You know, a lot of people was giving their opinions. Some people, you know, fell back. Some people didn't. You know, how do you feel about that? You know what I mean? How do you feel about that? What's your take on that? That's a good question. I probably felt in the interview that I get, you know what I'm saying, that was going to be asked, because like you said, it's definitely been a lot of people, you know what I'm saying, you know, those are conversations that I had in the hood, had in the block, you know, had over the phone. I don't watch videos with people, you know what I'm saying, talk about it. First and foremost, the person that made the Drop Your Flag Challenge is no other than my brother Hocus 4/5. Shout out to Hocus 4/5. You know, I had the honor, the privilege, you know what I'm saying, to be around him a lot when I first came home.
I remember that.
I had to be around a lot of the Blazers, you know, the Sex Monies and everything like that. And what a lot of people don't understand is that regardless of what's been going on, whatever, you know what I'm saying, a lot of them brothers in there, you know what I'm saying, it's community-based. The Sex Money Murder is community-based. And despite everything that was going on, Hocus never abused his authority. He never used nobody to do anything, whatever, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, he even did a couple of bids, you know what I'm saying? The bid he beat, you know what I'm saying? The bid he did, you know what I'm saying? He's a co-defendant with my kinfolk, my relative, you know what I'm saying? Drop City and everything, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to him. You know, that's a strong one. You know, I didn't look at it as he got a case, so, you know, this is a stunt and everything like that. And then, you know, to me, the way I looked at it as, you know, You gotta have balls to do that. You know what I'm saying? You know, and Hocus is not no young kid. Like I said, he's battle tested. You know, he's been around. He felt like, you know that saying, man. It goes to that saying. You know, saying people doing the same thing and expect different results. You know what I'm saying? That's insanity. You know what I'm saying? So he wanted to, you know, just, you know, officially relinquish his ties and do everything, you know, how he wanted to do it as a man. Because you're a man and you're an individual before you do anything first. Before you join the gang and everything, you're an individual first. You know what I mean? So to him to get on this podcast and start a challenge, you know what I'm saying? I think that was took a lot of heart, you know what I'm saying? Because there's gonna be a lot of skepticism, you know what I'm saying? There's gonna be a lot of criticism, and he understood and he knew the assignment, you know what I'm saying, when he stepped in the challenge, you know what I'm saying? And I like the way how he's carrying himself, even those that disagree with him, whatever. Right. You know what I'm saying? I love the way he carried himself, I love the way he carried it, you know what I'm saying? So I support Hocus, you know what I'm saying? And also, those that don't know, you know what I'm saying, the brother been using his platform, you know what I'm saying, to bring awareness to a lot of creeps and everything that's going on in the neighborhoods. He not promoting violence and everything like that. He just bringing awareness, making sure the woman and the kids being, you know what I'm saying, aware of what's going on in their community, you know what I'm saying, because they could be targeted and everything. So I commend him for things like that. You know what I'm saying? That's what he's using his platforms and everything for. He was doing that way before he dropped his flag. So I don't believe that it's for the case or nothing like that. I feel because that's what's in his heart. That's how he moved. That's how he been. You know what I mean? Everybody that know him know that. You know what I mean? What I don't like, though, and what broke my heart, because I used to be a fan of No Jumper, and I really didn't appreciate how Adam 22 try to make a mockery of the drop your flag challenge. You know what I'm saying? When you thinking about dropping your flag, like look at when you think about me, right? I've been fell back, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm looking at it like, you know what I'm saying, when it was really for, you know what I'm saying, brotherly love, overriding our depression, you know what I'm saying, and our destruction, you know, it was a brotherhood, a sisterhood, you know what I'm saying, that, you know, we fought an oppressive situation that we was going through. You know what I mean? Me at 50 years old, I turned 50 years old May 22nd, right? I mean, May 21st, right? I turned 50. So, something told me, yo, Google how many people live in this planet. When I Googled that, it was like 8.1 billion, a little over 8.1 billion, something like that. Then I Googled, well, how many people's over 50? I mean, how many people is 50 and above?
I be thinking that.
I mean, how many people is under 50, excuse me, in this planet? The answer response was 5.3 billion. Out of 8.1 billion, 5.3 billion people is under the age 50. That means that I am older than 5.3 billion people on this planet. Take the time to let that sink in. What do I got to tell them 5.3 billion people? What I've been through in life. Gave over 25 years of my life in prison, gangbanging. You know what I'm saying? The same gang that ended up turning against me, I stood firm, you know what I'm saying, through the graces of God. You know what I'm saying? I came home, you know what I'm saying, I'm in one piece. I don't got no battle wounds, I don't got no battle scars, even though I've been through many wars. You understand what I'm saying? It's like when you got that right there changes your whole perspective. You know what I'm saying? When you at a certain age, you at a certain point in your life, sometimes it don't even have to be an age. When you at a certain point in your life and you feel like I want to do something different, then that's your prerogative to do the fuck you want to do, especially if you've been through the wars and you battle tested and you've been through all that, you've been in prison and everything like that. So for Adam 22, someone who never been a gangbanger, you see his ethnicity. He never was in the neighborhood, never was raised in the neighborhoods that we was raised in, but your whole no jumper thing is based on gang beefs and gang violence and all that, right? How you gonna make a mockery of somebody that's trying to save black youth and black Latino lives, youth, older people lives, and you gonna make a mockery talking about, yeah, I wanna drop my flag because, you know, while I was in prison, they found out that they was putting peanut butter and stuff in my butt, and blah 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 boom 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 boom. That gave me the mentality of a cracker. A cracker is someone that perpetuates oppression, systematic oppression. So you trying to make it uncool to people to do not what he do so they can keep going to kill people. You know what I'm saying? And the reason why I called him a cracker, because I want y'all to listen to something. Y'all know I used to work for SOS, which is the anti-gun organization, and I was, you know, saving the youth and, you know, doing stuff for the youth and everything like that, right? So they have a thing out there that's called the KKK, Letter to Gangbangers. A couple of times some people got shot, and I had to go and speak in front of the news, in front of the people's family that got shot or got murdered or whatever, and I gave out this speech. The KKK would like to take the time to salute and congratulate all gangbangers for the slaughter of over 4,000 people since black people since 1975. We know that number is drastically higher, right? You are doing a marvelous job. Keep killing each other for nothing. These streets are not yours, nigga. It's ours. You are killing each other for our property. You are killing what could be future black doctors, lawyers, and businessmen that we won't have to compete with. And the good thing about it is that you are killing the youth. So we won't have to worry about niggas in generations to come. We would further like to thank all judges who have sentenced those niggas to prison. We are winning. Pretty soon, we will be able to go back to raping your woman because all the men will be gone. So you gangbangers, keep up the good work. We love to read about drive-by shootings. We love to hear how many niggas get killed over the weekends. We can tolerate niggas with jungle fever for now because it further breaks down your race. To all gangbangers across the world, we would love you niggas. We don't love you niggas, but we can appreciate you gangbangers. You are doing a wonderful job at eliminating the black race. Without the men, your woman cannot reproduce, unless of course we do it for you, for them. Then we will successfully eliminate a race, thanks to your help and commitment to killing each other. If most of you nigga gangbangers cannot read this letter, it's okay. Pull a trigger, kill another nigga.
That says a lot. A lot.
That's how I look at Adam 22 now from his mockery. Even though later on he recanted it and stated who he was talking about, whatever, you know, I believe all that's a whole bunch of BS, and he just did that because, you know, he seen all the backlash that he was getting. And another sad part about that is now you got a couple of West Coast individuals, gangbangers or whatever, that's coming at people that went at Adam 22 for what he said. And they not looking at it from my perspective, obviously. So now we got this individual perpetuating little beefs and everything amongst people from that's 3,000 miles on the other side of the coast of a whole different country. Over him mocking and making buffoonery out of somebody trying to wake, you know what I'm saying, his peoples up and raise their awareness, you know what I'm saying, and you know, and try to, you know, give them resources to do other things with their life than to throw it away.
Wow, bro.
That's how I feel about it.
You said a lot, bro. For one, I would like to thank you for, you know, the services that you did. You know, you've been doing since you've been home.
Facts.
Those that don't know, Mel Kross did over approximately 25 years, 26 years in prison. since he's been home since 2016, March 23rd to be exact. Since then, he's been out here helping the youth, trying to stop the recidivism rate. You know what I'm saying? Educate them, guide them through resources. You know what I'm saying? Mediating beefs and everything like that. So I want to commend you for that.
Thank you, man.
And I do remember coming to a shooting response when you read that right there, and that was real powerful, man. They speaking about how, you know what I'm saying, you fighting for blocks that are not even yours. You know what I'm saying? That shit is powerful because you're right. They're right. At the end of the day, think about it, right? You got individuals out here claiming streets from old presidents or ex-slave owners and everything, and you claiming these streets, repping their names and everything, and then you're killing each other. You don't own nothing in them blocks. You can't go to them blocks, go to the stores, use the bathrooms, take anything. You ain't getting no money out them stores or nothing. You ain't doing nothing productive, but nothing in the community. Meanwhile, everybody else, all the other ethnicities and all these immigrants coming here, they owning stores and doing all this, the same blocks in the same communities that you've been killing each other for over 30, 40 years. These people coming in from West Beaufort, coming in and owning these places and telling y'all to get away from in front of y'all stores. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, even with that law, I forgot the name of that law, the reacquisition law or the evacuation law, one of them laws where they made it illegal after slavery. They made it illegal for you to be unemployed and for you to be homeless. You know what I'm saying? All that is against our people. You know what I'm saying? Like it's too much things going on. You know what I'm saying? You know, being in prison and incarceration, all that shit became the new slavery. So what they do? You know what I'm saying? They put out, you know, all these liquor stores and stuff in the communities and do this and that and do everything else. You know what I'm saying? It's just crazy. And a lot of people don't even know that around the time when all that was going on and slavery ended and, you know, the jail population started getting getting populated by us behind that act that I was just mentioning. You know,
Auburn is the first jail.
You actually had prisons,
the oldest, that
ex-slaves or prisoners have built. A lot of people don't even know Sing Sing was made by prisoners. They used to get people from Auburn, ship people from Auburn, prisoners from Auburn, down to motherfucking Sing Sing, and they built Sing Sing. Y'all don't believe me? Google that shit. That shit, I know part of my slang, but it'll mess you up. You know what I mean? And then another thing is, like, you know, anybody that's a driver in the state of New York, you have 2 license plates. Guess where those license plates are made at? Auburn Correctional Facility. Guess how much they're making to make those plates? 45 cents an hour is the top maximum pay that they're getting in that you're paying $70 or $80 for at the DMV. You know what I'm saying? They want to push drill. You know what I'm saying? They want to stiffen on laws and suck all the resources out of us and everything so we can commit crimes and, you know, to barely survive. And then once we get these felonies and we in there and everything, a lot of us get stripped for a lot of other things. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, yeah, I do agree. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot more to it that we can talk about, but I'm the interviewee, I'm the interviewer, not the interviewee. You know what I'm saying? So pardon me for that spill real fast, but we're gonna get into it, right? So you know, you have mentioned in some of your videos that how, you know, how a lot of you gave props to a lot of people, entertainers on the East Coast that represented the Blood Nation and helped made it popular. And one of the individuals that you shouted out in that was Dipset, but you namely targeted and mentioned, you know what I'm saying, Jim Jones, right? Jim Jones was asked about that,
I did.
You know, drop your flag challenge, and a lot of people didn't like what he said. Even Mandu has something to say about that, and many other people had a lot to say about that. However, I do know that I don't know, you got some history with Jim, or I don't know, I'll let you explain all that. But how do you feel about Jim's response? And if it did it make you look at him maybe different? Or, you know, how did it make you feel in total? And then just recently, he was on an interview with Bobby Shmurda. And Bobby Shmurda, we know, is one that used to be an active gang member under GS9 that went on a platform or went to social media and publicly announced, you know what I'm saying, his